You don't have your notes pack?
TJ missed a day. Happened the day when all the road times are happening.
Yes, I understand that, but we've had a class since. I didn't give you a set of notes yet? That's a pain. Okay, all right, here, you can have this. I got a set right here. You don't have one either? Miss Lloyd, can you do me a favor?
Print off a page.
Better get a bunch, please. I don't know.
It's like 3.
What's this?
That's a squid.
It's a spider doing push-ups on a mirror. Except it's not really a spider because it's only got 5 legs.
Well, it's
You may.
Hello, how's your
I like how he walks into Mr. Myers' gun. Mr. Myers doesn't even stop.
Why would he stop? He's doing push-ups. Finger ups.
A spider doing push-ups on a mirror. I just did that joke.
It's my hand.
I actually like that. That's funny. What?
You're getting smacked.
It's your hand.
Hey.
It wasn't me. I promise.
Yes, it was.
The magical elf, now it's gone.
You're the size of a magical elf.
No, I actually.
True magical elf scholar.
Yeah. But magical.
All right. Miss Lloyd is bringing us back notes for the people that don't have them. I don't really know how that can be because I made 20 copies of it and I have none left. There aren't even 20 kids in the class. So already I gave them out to everybody and enough people asked for my extras that I am out of them. I have no idea, Dom. But I gave out enough that I have used all of the ones I had, plus the extras. No, there is not 19 people in this class. There has never once been all 19 of you here. Ever once. I know. You come to school almost every day. I think there's actually supposed to be 19. But we don't often get 19.
Oh, because why?
And I have to go and get, since we're wasting time, I also have to go and get 2 cameras shoved into my body from 2 different directions. One's an easy one, goes through my mouth. It's coming for you guys too. As you get older, your plumbing starts to fail. Now in your house when your plumbing fails, the plumber comes and he takes a long camera on a wire and he sticks it down the drain and he looks at what is going on in your pipes. Well, humans are no different. Our pipes are just made of flesh instead of plastic and metal. So to see what's wrong with your pipes, they take a long camera on a tube and they stuff it into the pipes. There's only 2 ways to get to the pipes in a human body. One is from this direction. Where do you think the other's from? No, it's not the ear.
So I took a screenshot of this. There's people saying that it's like 30 or 40.
Yeah, I know. People get that question wrong all the time.
What is that? Let's see.
What do you think it is?
It's negative
13.
13, yes.
Bed mass. He said it was
Of
2.
course it's bed mass.
He said 2.
Yeah, and then I thought it was.
That's why that is always the skill testing question on the back of every scratching.
He got a few extras.
It won't matter. I had a few extras the first time.
It's 7.
Alright, we are on like and unlike terms. The font, as previously mentioned, is Blush Bear. Now, before we go too much further, I need to explain something to each and every one of you. This term, zero pair. First of all, if something's a pair, how many of them are there? Two. Absolutely right. And what does the word zero mean in math class? Nothing, right? And we know that the drawings we use are representing numbers, yes? Right?
Yeah.
Because the number 1 isn't a real thing. It's the name and the symbol we have given to this. This is one ruler. So how do we write that on a piece of paper? We would write 1. Now, I have 2 rulers, yes? 2 things, but I still use only one symbol to explain them, yes? Okay. So a pair must have 2 things, but it also must show 0, which is nothing, yes? So if I draw this, what have I just drawn? 1. Is that a pair? No, that's one single thing. How do I make a pair that will represent 0? Kian. Put a negative. Now what do I have there? 0. Because positive 1 and negative 1, they cancel each other out. Everybody with me? If it happens once in math class, how often does it happen? Always. So if I drew positive x, I would make negative x. And then I would have what? 0. If I drew x squared, how would I make it 0? I would draw negative x squared. And I would have 0. Everybody good? Yeah? Yeah? Every time you see 2 blocks that are the same, one colored and one not, you have 0. So what do you think you get to do? Eliminate it. Does everybody understand? Everyone gets it? Okay. So there is a polynomial, yes? Right? Okay. Now, you should be looking at that, and you should see that that polynomial is made up of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 things, yes? But not all those things are going to be there at the end, are they? Because here is what? That's a colored one. There's a non-colored one. So what happens? Cancels out. There is a non-colored one. There's a colored one. There's a non-colored one. What happens there? Cancels out. So what's left? I got that guy who's a positive x squared. I got that guy who's what? Positive x. And I got these guys who are negative 2, right? Now, how do I write that as a polynomial? X squared. What's this? Positive x. And what's this? Minus 2. And it's done. Is that complicated? No. Every time you see the same block, one colored, one not, you get to cross them out. It's pretty easy, right? So, make it happen. What do I get to cross out here? You don't need to say it out loud, just do it. Cross out what is missing. Everyone is good? What have you crossed out? Now I want somebody to cross one of them out. Miss Lloyd, you are a paragon of patience. Because as you can tell from Tuesday, mine is worn very thin.
I kept it in my book, so I didn't lose it, and my cat stole my book.
Kyle, did you cross something out there? That's okay, Kyle. That's why we're practicing. What do you think you should cross out there? In the X's, these guys are positive. They're gray. So let me just make sure. These guys are positive. These guys are negative. So what do I need to cross out? One negative X. And how many positive X's? One. And that leaves me with 2 positive bars, correct? Nice job, Kyle. Is there anything else I need to cross out? What, Cole? One of the little guys and a negative little guy, leaving me with 1 negative. Now, that is actually what is left, yes? But that is not how we write it in math class, is it? How do we write that in math class? Two, what? X. Does it have to be X? Any letter is allowed. So don't give me any of that crap that you can't do the math when it's a different letter. Because that's garbage. And then how do I write this in math class? Minus 1. Not one of you finds this complicated. Know how I know? Because you're walking and talking. So you get this. Because that's how easy this is. What do I get to cross out here? Let's start with the big guys. What can I cross out? TJ.
One positive and one negative.
One big guy. Dale, do you want the same lecture that Travis got Tuesday? I mean, Austin? Then keep your hands off of TJ. If you need some privacy, the two of you, get out of my room. Okay? You have watched various men come into this room. Miss Lloyd is in this room. My friend Mr. Price is in this room. Do you see any of us pawing at each other? Know why? Because we don't do that. Keep your hands off of other people unless they invite you. TJ, if you said to Dale, Dale, please poke my boob with your pen. Great. If you asked him to, I apologize. But I'm betting you didn't. Stop it. Or get out. Is that clear enough for you? What is left? 2 big guys colored in. What can I do here? Are any of them getting crossed out? No. So I got 3 bars that are white. What about here? 2 of them and 2 of them. Leave me with 2 little guys. What's the polynomial? You can't use X. Yes, TJ. 2n squared. That n squared.
And then plus 3n plus 2.
Perfectly done. Is everybody good? What is the math skills that have been given to you here? Nothing. Because all you have done today is count. When did we learn to count?
Grade kindergarten.
Before kindergarten. That is all you have done. The only thing we talked about today is 1. Take away 1 is 0. That is the whole lesson so far today. Do you all understand it? Which means you are all going to be able to do this work. Now, the next thing. Terms that can be represented by matching tiles. So as long as they are the same picture, they are called like terms. Why do you think I capitalized it, highlighted it, drew a Mrs. Bad Crumble cloud around it, starred it, underlined it? Why? That is, for the next 2 years of math, one of the most important concepts that you will learn. Like terms. Like terms are anything that can be drawn the same. All right? Does everybody understand what I am saying? So, if I give you x squared, how would you draw that? TJ.
A big X.
A big X.
Or a big square.
Now, if a like term has the same kind of tile, what would I draw over here under the blank? Anything that's a big square, right? So what if I drew this? 3 of them. Is it the same tile? So how then, if that becomes that, what does this become? 3x squared. And those guys can go together because they have the same tile. Does everybody understand? So, how would I draw this guy? Yes, I know it needs to be somebody else because everyone can do this. Kyle, how do I draw this guy? 4, a big box or the bar? 4 bars, colored or not? I'm lazy. I'm pretending I drew 4, right? Everybody's cool? Now, I got to draw in this blank, I would have to draw some amount of what? Not the small boxes, I want it to be the same type because we're doing like terms right now. So I would need, could I write 3 colored in ones? Are they the same type of bar? Same type of tile? Yes. So this would be negative 3s. Is everybody cool with that? Right? 6 would be 6 little guys. And then maybe I do 3 little guys. 3, same tiles. 5w is 5 bars. And then I'm going to add 5 more positive bars. Now, what do you notice about all of these? What do you see? TJ. Same shape. What do you see? Oh, crap. X squared. What do you see there and there? Same letter, same exponent. What do you see there and there? Same letter and same exponent. What do you see here? No letter, just a number. And what do you see here?
Same number and
Same letter. So, we know that like terms are the same type of tile, yes? If we're drawing tiles. What else makes something a like term? The same what? I'll do this again. Not number. These numbers aren't the same. That's 1 and 3. 4 and negative 3. Those numbers aren't the same. Same letter and thank you. Like terms also are same letter. Now, does it have to be a letter? What's the proper math word for what a letter is? Same variable. Same letter, by which I mean same variable. And what's the other thing they have to be? Same exponent. Okay? So, notice these guys aren't like terms. Okay? Why? Same letter, but different exponent. What about these two? Letter, no letter. Letter and exponent are different here. Cool? Everybody cool? All right. So simplifying polynomials is done by a two-step process. 1, cancel 0 pairs. And 2, collect like terms. Collect like terms means get them together. All right? Now, are you guys all able to do that? Yes, because what did we do on the first page? Same thing. We put all the 0 pairs together, right? So, how would I draw this out? Start with this. How do I draw that? 3 bars. Agreed? Agreed? Okay, how do I draw this? 6 little squares. Nothing colored, yeah? Agreed? How do I draw this? Well, how did you draw 3 A's? 1 bar. Thank you, Kian. 1 bar. And how do you draw this? Four little guys, colored or not? Colored. Now, I got 3 bars and then 1 more bar. Any 0 pairs in the bars? No. So all I got to do is collect my like terms. I have 3 and I have 1. Would I ever write that in math class? No. What would we write in math class? 4. 4 bars. Yes? Any 0 pairs here? Sure there are, but it's a little hard to see when we draw it this way, isn't it, Kian? So let's draw it out. I had 6 of them, yes? And how many colored in ones did I have? 4. So what do I get to do with 4 of them? Cancel them. Gone, 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 gone. What's left? 2 little guys. Is this the actual polynomial? No. What's the actual polynomial? 4 what? A. Why did we use A instead of X? Because A is what the question is. And how do I draw this? What kind of 2? Plus 2. Got it? It's not hard, is it? Let's do this one. How do I start this guy? 1 big guy colored in, yeah? How do I start this guy? 4 bars, colored or not? Not colored because it's positive. How do I draw this guy? 5 colored. How do I draw this guy? 3 big ones, colored or not? Not colored. Now, if you're smart, where are you going to draw those three big ones?
Underneath the first.
Underneath the one big one, because you know that we need to put our light terms together, don't you?
Well, it's all out of whack.
So I'm going to draw 3 there, right? What about this guy? How do I draw that? Four bars, colored or not? Why colored, Cole? Because it's a negative. And then how do I draw this? One little guy, not colored. Now, any 0 pairs there? It's tough to see when we don't draw it out the long way, isn't it? So let's draw it out the long way. There's my 3 big guys. Any 0 pairs? One of them. What's left? 2 big guys, yeah? What about here? Do I need to draw this? No, because there's 4 and 4. They just cancel, don't they? And what about here? Draw it out. There'd be 5 these, right? And 1 of these. What happens there? What's left? 4 little guys. Is that the polynomial? No. What's the polynomial? 2x squared, because they're big ones. And what's this guy? Minus 4. Does everybody see how to do it? Okay. Now, if you got to draw it all out, is that okay? If you can do it from just the numbers, is that okay? Do I care which way you do this? No, why? You're both going to get the right answer. So, simplify both of these. Notice how I have left you with letters, right? And blank space here, yes? So, here is what I want you to do. 1, over here, I want you to draw it. Okay? Do that now. I'm going to start in red. I'm going to do the x squareds. So I had a negative and 2 positives. Yes? Cool? Does everyone agree? Does everybody agree? And I put my x squareds together, yes? In black, I'm going to do my x's. Oops, I got to make x's. 4, and then 1 more. Yes? Everybody still okay? And in blue, I'm going to do these guys. 5 little guys and 3 positive ones. And I'm also going to draw them out properly for you guys. Now, what do I get to do? What do I get to do here? Cancel one of them, yeah? What do I get to do here? There's no canceling there, is there? There's 4 bars and then 1 more bar to make how many bars? 5 bars. And what do I do here? Cancel those 3, cancel those 3. And I'm left with 2 negatives. Cool? So what's the actual polynomial? X squared plus 5x, then what? Minus 2. Does everybody see what we did? That's what we've done a lot, yeah? I drew the picture. Now, notice that I drew the x squareds together. Just like you guys practiced, yes? And then I drew the bars together. Still cool? Now, some of my bars just disappeared because my computer is always screwing up. And I drew the little guys together. Is everybody with me? Everybody is good? Okay. Now I want to show you something. Pretend that you're not going about this slowly. You're going about this like real math guys. You see this mess. You know if you were going to draw it, you would draw all the x squareds together, right? Right? You would draw all the x squareds together, yeah? So shouldn't you then write all the x squareds together? Sure. So isn't that 2x squared minus 1x squared? Isn't it? Well, what's 2 minus 1? 1. So there's 1x squared. Agreed? Now, shouldn't I then put my x's together? Shouldn't I? So how many x's do I have there? 4 x's plus 1x. How many is 4 plus 1? So there's plus 5 x's. And then, shouldn't I put my numbers together? Which is negative 5 plus 3. What's negative 5 plus 3? Negative 2. Isn't that the same answer without drawing anything? Does everybody see what we did? Now, I remind you, what was our warm-up? Oh, adding numbers. Why is that important? Look now. Adding numbers. Everybody got it? So let's look at this one. How can I fix this up? I don't want to draw it anymore. Okay? What do I need to do with all of my x squareds? Put them together. So look through. Are there any more x squareds? Right there. I have 2x squared minus 2x squared. What's 2 minus 2? 0. So my x squareds are gone, aren't they? Okay, what's the next thing? Do I have any other x's? I have 6 x's plus 7 x's. How many is that? I get confused when I ask you guys an addition question and you look confused. 13 x's. And finally, numbers. I have 7, positive 7, and minus 11. What's that? Don't say it's a store. What is it? Negative 4. And there is the right answer. Do you all see how to do it? Okay. You need to do for your 3-day weekend, and some of you still won't get it done. Page 190 to 191.